Hello everybody, how are we doing? I've just had a little chuckle to myself coming in here. The first comment that I can see is from Michelle and she's apologising for not knowing how to put a pink other hand up. How very polite. Michelle, just for future information, it's just one of the YouTube emojis. If you go down in and sort of scroll down, it'll be there somewhere. I don't know how far down it is because obviously it's saved in my favourites and it comes up right at the very top. I hope everyone's okay today. I've got a bit of an odd lighting situation going on. We're at that time of year where it's still light outside until well, we're now light outside until like 4ish, but it's really overcast, and so I've got kind of like a warm light over here and a not so warm light over here. So we'll see how we get on when we go to the desktop view. You'll have to excuse my hair as well. I'm a bit kind of like sort of just sort of cobbled together today, but I am here, I am present, and I'm in one piece. So I hope you're all doing a-okay. I see Patty and Evie have just sloped in. Hello, hello, hello. Who else have we got in the chat? Martine's here as well. Hello Martine, how are you? Michelle we've got Miri as well, slightly away from keyboard, so half in, half out. That's absolutely fine. That's more than acceptable. And we've got Green Hat as well. Hi Hat, how are you? It's lovely to have you in a stream. We don't see you very often. Excellent. And we've got the lovely Ms. Saurus as always, and we've got Ulrika as well. Oh, so nice. So nice to see everyone. I think that's everyone for now. Let's have a wee scroll down and see what else. Oh, we've got Cal as well. Hi. Cal's finally warmed up after this morning's chilly start. It was bloody freezing here this morning. Oh my god. I cannot begin to tell you how cold all my bits were when I was out walking my dogs today. Then this week's the start of the week was the first time that Jock's been allowed back out properly. So he had his oh there we go, there's the pink under hands, Michelle. Good job, well done. Yeah, so I had to put Jock's winter jacket on, and that's him just out of his surgical jacket, so I felt a bit sorry for him, but he was absolutely fine and he toddled around quite the thing. But yeah, it was bitter cold here this morning. We've thawed out a wee bit, but not to a great degree. We've had a lot of snow over the last week. Weather's been horrific, it's caused all sorts of problems, but here we are. How is the goodest boy doing? Well, I can now inform you as well, his biopsy came back and he did indeed have testicular cancer. However, it's what the vets call a benign cancer, if such a thing exists. Basically what that means is it's a strain of cancer that is localised to the specific body part, which in Jock's case was obviously testicles. He has been castrated, so by doing that we've eliminated the cancer completely. He did have blood tests and he had chest and abdominal x-rays and there's no sign of cancer anywhere else. So he is a fit and well boy. He's just minus his spuds, which he seems to be coping remarkably well with. So excellent news, so happy. And he's absolutely back to normal, like 100%, running about, wanting to play. So yeah, it's good to have my goodest boy back to, well, as much of 100% as you can be as a geriatric collie, but you know what I mean. So thank you for asking. He's very excellent. He's here, he's fast asleep. All's good in the wood, everyone. Well, yeah, that's the thing, Thea. I mean, just with the age of him, I would have been very surprised if it wasn't. You know, he's at that age where something's going to get him. But it wasn't a particularly nasty cancer. So, happy days. So, yeah, let's talk a little bit about this stream then. We are going to do some sorting today. I say I'm still like sort of slightly flabbergasted by the fact that you guys would be interested in sorting through some art supplies. It's a wee job that needs done anyway, so if I can entertain you while I'm doing it, then all the better. So the situation is I have this desk tidy, desk caddy, whatever you want to call it, and it sits to my top left of my filming desk here all the time. The idea behind having it there was if I needed something that's in sort of relatively frequent circulation, I would be able to just spin it around, pick it out, and it would be to hand. It sort of ended up as like an art supply graveyard. So today I would like to sort through it. There's things in it I'm pretty sure that aren't art supplies as well, and I just want to sort it out and have the things that I do use in it, and the things that I don't, I can either decide whether to stick them in the stash shop, put them in the bin, give them to someone, whatever it is. So that's kind of the plan. I don't know how long that's going to take. It is pretty big, but if we get done with that, I want to go back to Small Victories. I have done a little bit in it myself. I did say I was going to try and get a little bit done. So there's a couple of little pickup trucks to finish off, so we can always use that to round off the end of the stream if we get through all the sortie stuff. Cal has screwdrivers in hers. Well, yes, okay. There may be some things that have magicked their way in there that I don't even know about. Mr. Jem might have had something to do with that as well, but we'll soon find out. Something I wanted to mention before we get started on this. Next week in the stash shop, I am going to be doing a bit of a coloured pencil event. I've talked before about sort of purging supplies that don't get used, that are sitting kind of like wasting away, that need a home. So the Polychromos pencils that I have open stock, I'm going to be putting them on sale, and I also have several sets of pencils that I want to get shot of as well. If anybody is interested in them, I'm happy to discuss that rather than listing them on the stash shop. Some of you might remember last week, was it last week? No, the week before. Yeah, the last Wednesday live stream, I was talking about my watercolour pencils, and I did actually have a taker for those, so they have now found a new home. They're gone, they're away. So if anyone is interested, you can let me know, and you can send me an email or whatever, and I would be happy to negotiate on prices and things. Again, I would rather these supplies went to somewhere where I knew they were going to get used and looked after than just a rando buying them from the shop. So just to make you aware of what I've got, I've had to write these down. Roll them down. Get my list up and tell you. So I have that I am looking for a home for. I did talk before about my Pablo pencils. I know there was someone interested in them. I don't know if she is still going to be interested. The person that had asked about them is in the States, and with tariffs and like taxes and stuff, I don't know whether that's still going to be feasible or not. I'm not sure how well that will work, and I haven't spoken to said person, but the Pablos are there. The other pencil sets that are complete that I was wanting to deal with, where's this? I'm so organised I don't know where to put my list. There it is. I have my set of 120 Arteza Expert pencils. They're quite well used. I am favouring the Castle Art gold pencils now, and I never use the Arteza pencils. They're a great set of pencils. They're really soft. I love them. So they're going to be up for grabs. I've got the set of Castle Arts pastel pencils as well. Never used them apart from testing them out. And I've also got the Harmonious set, so that's the big set. Again, unused. So if anybody's interested in them, you can let me know. I've got a set of Derwent tinted charcoal pencils. They're just not my thing. They're basically the charcoal equivalent of the Graphitint pencils, so they might be of use to someone. And I've got a little set of Pentel watercolour pencils. That's just a little set of 12. So if any of those tickle your fancy, or it's something you'd maybe had on a wish list ages ago, please feel free to drop me an email. I would be happy to, as I say, to negotiate on price. I'm not really looking for profit per se. Like, obviously would like to make a few pennies on them, but it's more like giving them to someone that would want them, need them, blah 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 kind of thing. So you can all let me know about that. A random teaspoon, always good. Roseanne sorting too, 10 years worth of kit to go through. Yeah, it's a lot. Polychromos, that reminds me, there's 20, yes, Polychromos are bringing out 20 new colours to complement the 120 that are already there. That is a non-negotiable, they will be getting bought. That is happening. I use my Polychromos all the time, so that's a definite for me. Everyone's looking forward to the new ones. Daria's looking forward to them too. Michelle's interested in the Arteza pencils. Yeah, Michelle, if you could drop me an email, could one of the mods stick my email address in the chat for Michelle, please? And just drop me an email, Michelle, and after the stream I'll get back to you and we can see what we can do. Everybody loves the polys. They're so good. They're so great. Right, okay, beverages of choice. I've got tea in my tea mug. I've also got, this is mango and something. Diluting juice, so cordial that you put water in, or whatever you want to call it. It smells amazing. But I'm going for the tea first because I'm still bloody freezing. Thanks, Ms. Soros. Yep, Michelle just dropped me an email at that address, and you and I will have a bit of a chin wag, and I'll send you some photos and all the rest of it. Righty ho. Let's switch was camera angle here. This one? Yeah, there we go. This is the tidy in question. I know. So it is split into 4 sections, so I was literally just going to go a section at a time. It does spin round, it's like a spinny thing. So it is quite a good piece of kit, but it's just incredibly chaotic. So I thought, well, we'll just go a quadrant at a time, shall we? Cal loves blending them out with a plain alcohol marker. I've got an empty... I'll say empty, it was a blank Copic marker, and I put the Zest It pencil blender fluid in it. That works really well for smoothie, especially now that my hand doesn't do so well. The blending pencils are like their work for me now, because you've got to press quite hard with them, and I find that using the pencil blending mediums is much better. But to be fair, I'm not really a person that likes super smooth pencil work. You know, I like my texture, so it's not something I use very often. Right, so section 1, here we go. I'll just take everything out and dump it on the desk. Let's see what we've got in here. Oh my god. This is outrageous. I think I've found a screwdriver, Cal. There's gouache and everything in here. Okay. Now, I would like to point out that I am an organised person. You wouldn't know by looking at this, would you? So let's see what we've got in here. Right, let's pull out non-art supplies. I don't count a box cutter or a craft knife as an art supply. So let's get that out of there. Screwdriver. Oh, this is a good one. I don't know if any of you have got one of these. So it looks like a pen. But it's got lots of tiny Allen keys in it, like really small ones. And it's also got screwdriver bits in it as well. This is really handy to have. It's super, super good. Yes, it is a fly swatter. Not only is it a fly swatter, it's an extendable fly swatter. Well, see, this is why we don't dump everything out all at once, Thea, like one section at a time. Yeah, I have these littered about the house because we stay on a farm and we are surrounded by crops. When the crops are ripe in sort of late summer, there's just, like, it doesn't matter how good your fly screens are or how good your fly zappers are, there's always bugs flapping about. So these are strategically placed around the house. I am so well practiced now that I can get a fly mid-air. It has been known. I should have been a tennis player, I think. That makes it even more magnificent. And this is the cave colour one, that's why I put this one in here. I've got a yellow one and a pink one as well. Fancy. Oh, yes. Yeah, you can waft it about as well, Cal. It's quite handy for that, although we don't need much of that today, do we? Right, okay, I think that's everything non-art related. Oh no, there's another screwdriver. So far we're up to 2 screwdrivers, a fly swatter, a Stanley craft knife, and a little mini multi-tool. That's pretty good going, isn't it? Right, okay, what else have we got here? Pencil extenders. So, notwithstanding these things, I think I should find another place for these. I don't really think they belong in the caddy beside the art desk. So we'll maybe find another home for them. Pencil extenders, these are the Derwent ones. I use these all the time, so this is something that should definitely stay in the caddy, which is good. We've got a couple of tubes of gouache here. Winsor and Newton, Ivory Black and Primary Yellow. These definitely don't belong here. So some of you might remember Julia sent me a little tin cup from Sweden with all the sort of traditional Swedish stuff on it. When I'm working on a gouache painting, I have this on the desk, and the tubes that I'm using I keep in until I've finished the artwork. So I think I'll put them in there just now, but I'll put them away like after the stream. So that'll be fine. Right, we've got some pencils. Put them to the side just now. Pencils. What is that? I've got a lolly stick. And I've got a pokey stick. A couple of blenders. X-Acto knife. Oh, this is a one of the glue sticks that came in the one of the subscription boxes. I wonder if that still even works. Right, we'll need to test that out. Got a paintbrush here as well. So this is a Sea White number 2. This is the artificial Kolinsky brushes. You know, what do they call them? Synthetic Kolinsky. I have never tried that paintbrush, so we're going to have to do something with that as well, aren't we? And these are my favourite erasers, the Derwent Slim erasers. This is obviously a spare, so I don't think that really belongs in there either. Okay. I've got a fine liner, a Staedtler pigment fine liner. It's covered in ink though. I don't know if you see that's purple ink. Miss Julia gave me this beautiful purple brush pen when I was overseeing her last time, and it burst in my bag. And I didn't realise that it's overspilled into other things, so I'll need to give that a clean up. Right, okay. So, let's just take a minute here. This doesn't belong in there, so let's put that in that pile. That's the we're not going back in pile. That doesn't belong in there, so that can go. We need to test this out to see if it works. These are definitely staying because I use them all the time, so I'm going to put them back in the caddy. The blending stumps and the what's this stuff called? Sandpaper block. Obviously they go together. Not something I use all the time, but fairly frequently, so I think they could go back in for sure. These just no. I don't use they should maybe even be with my scrapbooking supplies. I'm not entirely sure. Exact one, I definitely. How sharp's the blade on this one? Still fairly sharp. So that can stay as well. So that just leaves the glue stick and this pen. So I'll get stuff to clean these up. I wonder if I've got a pack of wipes actually. I'm going to grab some spare paper. Bring everything over here. Hi Jan, how are you? Oh, it's a pencil, but not a Roman pencil. The Roman pencil, that was my favourite thing ever. Okay, I've got these wipes. I love these wipes. For anyone that's in the UK, the Ultra Grime ones, they're super good. Clean up a multitude of sins in this household anyway. And they're huge. Right, let's get the rest of this ink. I hope this comes off. Yeah, it's water-based ink, so it should be okay. So a 0.8 pigment liner, that's really a fat liner, isn't it? I do like a good fat liner. So we'll just check to see if this works. Perfect. Oh, that's quite nice. Right, okay, so we're keeping that. And let's see if our glue sticks. Still gluey. Oh, that feels very dry. Oh, that is dry as the Sahara. Right, that's going in the bin. Okay. Oh my goodness. So I'm kind of thinking to myself, see the things that I've put back in there, they're not things that we would use, they're like accoutrements or accessories. They're not really art supplies in the sense that a fine liner or a pencil would be. So maybe I should have a section for tools and accessories. Just a thought. Cal's got a little basket or box for putting stuff that needs to go back where they belong. Hi April, how are you? You're here but you're not here. Okay, cool, got it. Who's actually working and not here at all? Well, I don't know. Maybe. Right, okay, so we've got a working fine liner, good job. So I've got some pencils here as well. Oh, indigo blue Prismacolor doesn't even belong in here, so my Prismacolor pencils are just over there because we were using those in Small Victories, so that's probably how that's ended up in there. So I'll put that back in. I'll put it back properly in a wee while, but I'll just stick it in the case just now. We've got an It's a Pencil. So this is my own one. So we'll keep that. So that's an HB pencil. I have an IKEA museum pencil as well. Because obviously when I went to Sweden, one of the first things that Julia did with me was take me to the IKEA museum. It was amazing, by the way, really enjoyed it. Hello Sandy, how are you? Missed you all, promised myself I would have you every week. A lot of vertigo and very sick. Oh, Well, we weren't here last Wednesday. It was the Wednesday before. But anyway, it's good to see you. Green Hat's off 6, so that's why you're chilling with the cave. I've got another IKEA museum pencil. Okay, I don't need 2 of those. And I have a Lyra Rembrandt blender. That's always a mouthful. I don't actually like these blending pencils, honestly. I find that the Caran d'Ache and the Prismacolor ones, and even the Derwent one's far superior. So I think I'm going to put this to the side. I don't even know if anyone would want that. I might just give that away to someone as a freebie. So we'll pop that in the pile that's not going back in. And I'll take one of the IKEA museum pencils that can go as well. Okay, so far we've got 3 art supplies. And that is one section done. So yeah, I think I'm going to have this as the accessories or quadrant. The next section, it looks like it's mostly pencils. There's a lot of pencils, oh my goodness. Right, hang on. There's a lot going on in here. Wow. I would have been really disappointed if I did this and didn't find an elastic band. Have an elastic band. Oh look, more gouache. Jesus. Primary red. Okay, that can go in the Swedish tin cup. Mary feels sick at the moment, but it's self-inflicted. You're just eating a packet of Reese's Pieces. Something I can't eat. They were so good. Patty feels like some toast but can't be arsed to make it. Do you know what? It's funny. I've completely gone off bananas and my own bread. I make maybe a couple of loaves a week. I've stopped doing it because I've just stopped eating it. And I bought 3 bananas last week and I didn't eat a single one. And I love bananas, so I don't know what's going on with that. Like I'm totally off them just now. So anyway, I asked Mr. Jem earlier on in the week. He's not very well. He's got man flu. And I asked him because his appetite isn't great. I said, look, if you're not going to eat the bread, I'm not making it because it's just going to sit in the cupboard and go stale. So my bread making has declined slightly. April has a Lazy Susan container with divisions like this and haven't cleaned it out in years. You may just have inspired me. Yeah, I love that's why I wanted this one, because it birrels. There's another Scottish word for you. If you birrel something, you twirl it or quirl it round. If something's birly. That's why I wanted it, for easy access. So go forth and be inspired and do what I do. Just do it a section at a time. It'll be fine. Whenever sorting out a pen holder, you find a paper clip, some rubber bands, spare change, a blob of blue tack, that's a good one, and occasionally a bulldog clip. Oh, so there's some banana chat going on here. Like the flavour but not the fruit. Oh, see, I hate anything banana flavoured unless it's an actual banana. I do not like my bananas ripe either. I like them quite firm. I don't like them when they get really sweet and blah. Banana and chocolate on pancakes. Oh yes, that was a good choice. Right, okay, so we've got an elastic band. We don't need one of them. All the pencils. My goodness, is this all this is nearly all graphite pencils. This is outrageous. When I say that I'm a pencil monster, like I'm not joking, and this is nowhere near any of like the collection of my actual pencils. These are just like the handy ones to have beside me. My goodness. There's another Lyra pencil. Oh, this is a white pastel pencil. That just shows you how much I use that either. Yeah, the bananas are extremely sugary. Right, what have we got in here? Oh my goodness. Right, so by picking everything else out, there's another white pencil that I never use. West Design China Graph pencil. Don't use that either. Okay, that can go in that pile. These I do use, for anyone that is unfamiliar. These are the Pilot Colour Enos. These are erasable, and I really like these. See, when I'm sketching out sort of like, you know how I do my kind of half-cocked thumbnails and brain farts? This is great if you just want to like denote an area of colour but you don't actually want to render anything. They're really good, and they're like properly erasable, not like pretend colour pencil erasable. So These are really good, and they do come in a nice range of colours. I can see that I've got 2 of the same colour here. I am almost sure I've got a couple of these in my pencil case as well. That's the one I use all the time. You can tell because it's really grubby. That's been in my pencil case as well. I have a spare here for some odd reason. And it's got lead in it. That could probably go into the stash shop. Right, okay, because I don't need 2 of the same colour. Right, so yeah, I do use these, and these definitely have a place in the pencil section. Although I don't know if they should go in with fine liners just because of the casing. I might need a whole section just for like wooden case pencils. We'll see. Okay, but they're definitely staying. It's like a go-to med for tonsillitis. Are you talking about the banana flavoured medicine? Yeah. Oh, he had so many ear infections as a child. Almost lived with that stuff. Yeah, it's absolutely insane. Like, that's instant childhood. Like, yep. Art Space pigment liner. Oh, this is a brush one. Oh, I forgot I had this. I need to use... Oh, yeah, look. And that is, like, brushy. Oh, I kind of want to like utilise that. I think that should stay. That makes me want to use that. So we'll maybe keep that out. Can you hear the sparrows fighting? They're so obnoxious. Yeah, I'm not into the banana stuff. Why are they torturing children with it? So funny. Okay, let's get down to... Oh, here, first of all, this is the chonky graphite. I use this quite a lot as well, and I've done a really good job of keeping the point on it. Like, really pleased with that. I do use that a lot as well, so that's definitely staying. Right, okay, let's take a look at these bad boys. Righty-ho-ho. 2B. I can almost guarantee without looking that most of these will be B grade pencils. I don't know what's going on with my mic. It seems to be like freaking out a little bit. Right, 2B. Faber-Castell Goldfaber. 4B. 3B. See, this is... These pencils here, this was my original intention for this, is to have something like that so I could grab whatever I needed. So there's a 6B. Okay, we're doing okay so far. An Artful 2H. Okay, don't use that quite so often, but these are my favourites. The Staedtler Mars Lumograph are actually my favourite graphite pencils. I love, love, love these. And that's a 5B. And then I've got a couple of Blackwings. So I've got a Blackwing Pearl. There's another Blackwing there. The Palominos. They're getting pretty well used, just obviously by the size, so I think they should stay anyway. They're not graded the same as normal pencils though. I find most of them quite soft and quite smudgy. Another Faber-Castell 9000 2B. Can you see where this is going? Mars Lumograph Black. I use this quite a lot. It's an 8BC for shading and stuff. You can see there it's kind of had a hard life. I don't think this fits in the Tagal sharpener. So let's I need to empty this sharpener first of all though. Jan's got a couple of to be or not to be pencils. I don't know what is going on with this Tagal. Try not to deafen you by banging that on the desk. Do it over here. There we go. That's hard work. I decided the other day when the weather gets better I'm going to get my camera and go visit the castle and gardens. I do that even when it's wet. When it's wet. I'm pretty sure this doesn't fit in here. Oh no, it does. Okay. Get a point to point. So yes, out of my graphite pencils, the Staedtler ones are actually my favourites. I like the black ones as well. They're almost charcoaly. Hello Angela, how are you? Nice to see you. We're sorting out pencils here. A 2B graphite pencil, unnamed brand. It doesn't look as if it's been used much. 4B. These green ones, the Faber-Castell 9000s, these are really reliable pencils. They're pretty, like, bulletproof as well. See, if you drop them and bang them about a bit, they don't, the cores seem to be quite stable in them. They don't break very easily. Miri likes the black wings. I like them on occasions. That I don't like using them in my sketchbook because they're very smudgy, and I always feel as I have to spray it with fixative unless, you know, you're going to end up with transfer kind of thing. But I like to sketch with them though. Yes, a pointy point for you. Hello, Susie. It's very sunny, so hard to see the chat, but I'm hanging about enjoying this session. Susie, I need to send you your little giveaway gift. Can you email me an address to send it to, please? I don't know whether you want it sent to abroad or to home. Home, and by home I mean Scotland. If you could drop me an email, that would be great. April's dropped a picture of her lazy Susan on the Discord so that you can see the crazy. Okay. Oh, that's funny. I didn't even have to ask Thea that time. Oh no, put my email address up, please. Send us the sun. Yeah, we need that. Hi, Black Rose. How are you? Oh, we're getting everybody today. This is great. All the people. We've got this chunky bad boy, the Cretacolor. This is a number 2, and this is the Negro Soft. Negro Soft. It's so good. Like, this is a really, really good pencil. I love this pencil. This is my second one of these. The first one, obviously with the size of it, doesn't fit in a standard sharpener. And I kind of, like, butchered the first one, so I didn't get much use out of it because I really, like, I didn't. So I have learned my lesson, and with this one I will ask Mr. Jem to pare it down for me when it needs doing, because I don't have the control to do it. So yes, technically my second one of those, but we'll keep a hold of that one as well. Hello Wendy, how are you? You can only watch for 20 minutes or so, but that's still nice that you're here though. Oh, you've emailed today, okay. The mission since last live, okay. Waiting on my niece's address, okay, no problem at all. I just didn't want you to think that I was ignoring you or trying to diddle you out a prize. Probably what the craft knife is for. Yeah, just not good with it just now. Well, not good with it ever. That's the other thing as well. I've got my hospital appointment for my elbow. You'll all be pleased to know that is next Wednesday. So there will be no live stream next Wednesday. You will have a video next Wednesday instead. And I've managed to cram loads of stuff into one day. I've got a prescription to pick up. I'm going for my elbow appointment at the hospital, and I'm going to the opticians as well, all in the one day. But yeah, I really need my elbow looked at. I spoke to my GP and I explained to her like what was going on with it, and she went, I don't know whether that's structural or muscular. She's like, but that doesn't sound right at all. She's like, I think you should go back to the hospital. I was like, yes, thank you. I was like, glad you agree. Right, anyway, let's get a wee bit of a move on. Another 2B pencil. Again, well used, so that indicates that it should have a place. But I'm now up to 4 2B pencils. Oh, there's another one. A Derwent sketching pencil, 2B. This one's a round one. I have no problem using round pencils, but for some reason when I'm sketching I prefer a hexagonal one. Is that weird? I don't know. And we've got Lyra Robinson 3B. Oh, we're racking up the 3Bs now as well. And I've got another 2B. This is a Gold Faber. Oh lordy, right, I think we're going to have to like maybe cut down the 2B pencils. Here's a daddy, this one. Again, I like these pencils as well. Always used very sparingly though. And this is the Faber-Castell Pit Graphite Matte, and it is a 14B. And again, I'd like to show you next to the Cretacolor one here. Like, I am not putting any pressure on that at all. It's so good. So if I show you that next to one of the many 2B pencils that I have, you can see the difference. So that's a 2B that I'm using just now, and that's the black 14B. It's a daddy. And again, the reason that I love these so much is even if you've just got one pencil, see if it's just an HB pencil, like It's a pencil, and you've done a wee doodle or a sketch, see just by using one dark pencil and putting in some shadow areas, it changes it from a little doodle to actually looks like some artwork. So I really like that. Again, I'm a great fan of not finishing little sketches, so that's a way to add kind of a little bit of something to it without having to sit for hours rendering a masterpiece, you know. Yeah, so Miri's got the set. They're good, I like them. I don't know how much I'd use them if I had like a full set, but I do like that this one here, you know, the really dark one. So yeah, I'm right into that. Nice to see you live. Oh, thank you, Wendy. Sandy would like to say thank you for my prize from Christmas Eve, and I did laugh. I do believe that's definitely the smallest one I've ever had. That was, for those of you that weren't there, I gave out some prizes over Christmas and New Year, and they were teeny tiny sketchbooks, but they're only like this big. But they're super cute, and the covers are dead soft on them. They're lovely. I'm glad you liked that, Sandy. I thought if nothing else it would give people a chuckle. It's very cute. Very cute. My favourites. Yeah, Cal found out that Cal did a drawing of a Predator as in the film character. The film, yeah. The film character. A bit of shading made a huge difference, yep. Sometimes that's all you need. Okay, another 5B Lumograph. So 2 of them. And 2 Artful F pencils. Now, I use F grade pencils all the time. I've got about 15 of them spread over the cave. So, yeah, okay. Right, so now I have to make some decisions here. I feel like 2 F pencils are justified, definitely. So I think we will definitely keep them. And the Black Wings, they're staying as well. The 14B and the 8B... 6B, so there's kind of one of each of those, and then the big chunky Creta colour, they're staying for sure. Now we're getting into the sort of silly territory here. I don't need 2 5B pencils in here, so I'll keep one and one can go in the other pile. The 4B, a 4B is not a grade that I use. I tend to go I usually go 2 5 and then really dark for the most part. So again, the Goldfaber one I'll put to the side. Okay, woohoo! I'll keep one 4B. And the 3B, I don't really like the Lyra pencil, honestly. Don't really like it. So I'll maybe stick that to the side as well. This wee dude's getting used, even though it's in the myriad of 2Bs. So I'll keep a 3B there. For the 2Bs, I'm going to take out this one. So it's an unbranded one, and I seemingly haven't used it much if you look at the length of it. So it's no business being in there anyway. And for the rest of the 2B pencils, the Derwent Sketching one. Does anybody want a Derwent Sketching 2B? Again, I don't think I've used that pencil. When I'm sketching, I prefer a hexagonal barrel for some reason, but I like it. You all know I love Derwent pencils. I don't know why in graphite form it doesn't make me happy for some reason. There's absolutely no logic to that. Susie likes the Faber-Castell watercolour, the water-soluble ones, yeah. In fact, I'm sure I've got some of them kicking about somewhere as well. Right, okay, so for 2B, I'm going to keep 2 of the blah, blah, blah. Yep, that one. I'm going to keep 2 of the 9000s, and I'm going to keep this little corner one because clearly I've been using it. Look at the length of it. And I'll stick the Goldfaber one to the side just now, and then I'll keep that 2H. Okay, so I think we'll call this the Graphite Ducat. There we go, there's another Scottish word. I'm full of the Scottish words today. So even if I just put graphite pencils in here, so that will include the It's a pencil that we had from earlier. Start making this a bit more sensible. Oh, that looks much better already. Look, oh, that makes me so happy. And I'll stick the Chunky Monkey Graphite in there as well. So we'll just have that as graphite for now. I haven't decided if the Pilot Enos are going to go back in there or not yet. But, you know, we're doing this a wee bit at a time. But that's instantly better. Like, oh, so much easier to find pencils in there now. Oh, So good. So good. It looks so empty. Well, I don't know. It's easier to find things if it's a bit less crowded. Oh, I don't even know what's going on in here. Oh, this is mostly fine liners, I think. It's all fine liners. And there isn't a bit of blue tack in the bottom, Callum. Sorry to disappoint you. Okay. So we've got that brush pigment liner from earlier, and then I've got the fat liner, the Sattler fat liner. That's the only two fine liners I've got so far. Oh. I'm dropping things. Oh, look, another eraser. So you can tell that's one they've been using. I'm trying not to bump the microphone so that it deafens you. That's something that I've been ruminating over. I'm going to change my desk setup. There's a few things that I want to change round, but one of the things I want to do is mount the microphone off the desk because it sits on the desk just now. It's actually like right there. So if I bump or bang the table, obviously it creates a vibration and I end up deafening people. I've noticed I'm doing it more filming videos than when I'm in a live stream, but that's just because I'm like banging things about and, you know, obviously not being as careful as I would be in a live. But I would like to get that mounted just so that it's up off the desk. But that's, I've got a few things I need to sort out first because I'm like moving laptops and monitors and it's a fairly big job, but that's in the works. Right, so this is an eraser I'm actually using. Again, don't know whether it belongs in there or not, but we'll keep that out for now. Ooh. Now, first things first, I'm going to pick out all the uni pins and the microns because those are the fine liners that I use most often. And I can probably say with a bit of confidence here that I'll be able to say that I use most of these fairly frequently. The rest of them, maybe not so much. Right, okay. So, the 08 micron, so again, fat fine liner. This one's really, really old. You can't even read the number on the top of it anymore. It's still going though, like it still works. Still loads of life left in that, so we'll pop that up there. I have also another fat liner. This is a number 10, so it's an even fatter fat liner. Oh, the sepia one, thank you. Good spy, very, very good spy. Ulrika's paying attention. And this is a 03. I maybe don't use that quite so much, to be fair. Might put that in like a maybe pile for now. So for the uni pins, right, here we go. Start from the top. Okay, I actually don't use this one. This is a chisel tip, but it's like a very small chisel tip. It's kind of cute, but Jem uses it for 0, so I think that needs to go. Brush, small brush. Again, love that one. Love how rich the ink is, like so good, so that can stay. What have I got here? I've got an extra fine brush as well. Do you know what I use this for? I use it for foliage. See if I'm doing like grasses and things. It makes really good bamboo as well, which sounds a bit random because I don't, bamboo's not a thing I do a lot of. But I absolutely love this. You've got to be so gentle with it. But I actually love that fine liner, and I don't really say that about fine liners, to be fair. But yeah. I've been looking for these to sell in the shop because I think they would sell really well. For those of you that have frequented the Stash shop, you'll know that I sell the Unipin fine liners. I can't find a supplier for these anywhere. I can get the normal brush ones, they're a thing in the Stash shop, but I can't get these extra fine ones anywhere. And it's kind of annoying, honestly, because they're so good. So good. Right, I've got another brush one here. Like, why have I got two brush? Are these the same? Yeah, they are the same. Okay, I don't know why I've got two. That can go in the other pile. Again, fine liners for me, not like a thing that I use all the time, so I don't need to have a huge selection. Got a 05 there. Do I really need a 05 in there? Probably not. We'll leave it there just now, and this is the 09. So these are like all the fat liners. Okay, and then I've got some coloured ones here. So I've got the light grey ones. I also sell the light grey uni pins in the stash shop. So I've got a 05 and a brush. So that's fairly self-explanatory, fairly standard. If you're just looking for something a bit more subtle, you don't want that heavy line work, the light grey is great for that. So I'll keep both of them, and I've got a sepia one here as well, which is just a 05. Again, same thing, not quite as in your face, not quite as stark as the black. So really up for keeping that also. Right, well, I've slimmed that down a wee bit, that's good. I think this Micron 03, I think I'm gonna put that in the other pile and leave that. Moving on now. Sheesh. Is that even a fine liner? Yeah, it is. Okay. 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 There's a story behind this. This Edding 1800 Profi Pen's a 0.1, and this was in one of the very first scroller boxes that I ever got. That's how old it is. So that would have been in like 2018 maybe? Yeah. So it's nearly 8 years old. And it's perfect and I love it. I'm like sort of this, you know how I tell you all the time that I get emotionally attached to like inanimate objects? Prime example. I'm not getting rid of this, it's going back it's going back in. Ugh. Copic multi-liner in black. I had a purple one of these at one point, it was fabulous. I'm not really sure about the, like, I don't need another fat, like that's a ridiculous fat liner though. That's about the fattest of fat liners. So I might switch that out for one of the well, there's the uni pin. Yeah, right, let's stick the uni pin aside and replace it with the Copic multi-liner that's really fat. That gives me a really good range of nib widths. Nib widths. I have pens I got in high school. Wow. Right, okie dokie. So I feel like we're getting through these a bit now. Here's another really old pen as well. A 0.7 fine tip. This is a W.H. Smith drawing pen. Again, this is actually more about emotional attachment. It was Pauline who she bought me a set for my birthday. Pauline was my mum's best friend, she's Canadian, and one of the reasons why I love Canadian people so much. And she's not with us anymore, she died a number of years ago. So I kind of want to keep that too. It needs a bit of a clean up though. Again, 0.7, maybe I'll switch it out for something else. Or maybe I'll just stick it in for funsies. I've still got this wipe here though. I don't know what it looks like, sparkly something that stuck to it. Pauline would approve. She loved fairies and sparkly things. She had in her garden, she had like a bit, well, she literally had a fairy garden, but they were all like really nice, high-end, realistic, if I can say that, fairy figurines, but she placed them really thoughtfully in the garden. So they weren't, when you walked out, you weren't like, oh my god, there's a load of like fairy ornaments there. You had to go look for them, and they were there, and it was spectacular. Our garden was beautiful. That's one of the things she really liked about being in Scotland, was her garden. Right, there we go. Okay, so we'll again, I'm just going to set that there just now. Okay, how are we doing? Oh, Derwent Line Maker in red, one of the only red fine liners I've got. Colour's amazing. Really, really, really consistent pen, so that one's staying. What's that leaving us with? An Artful 05. I feel like this can go because it's not anything special. Again, I don't actually think I've used that at all. That would have come in obviously one of the subscription boxes at some point. It's like a fine liner amnesty. Art Liner by Spectrum Noir. 0.5. Surprise. Again, nothing wrong with that. Nothing special. Winsor & Newton. Another 0.8. This one's weird. I always find these odd. The ferrules are really long on them. Like that distance is huge. Kind of weird. I don't know. That's going to go in the stash shop. I don't like that at all. Again, I don't like, other than testing it, I don't actually think I've used that. And I've got an Achida for drawing 0.3. That's got a really chunky barrel on it. 0.3. Got loads of them as well. Right, that doesn't need to stay either. Being like quite ruthless here. Green Hat's cat only really likes Mr. Hat. It's his cat that's currently on her lap. I think you would have loved to walk through Pauline's garden and find them all. Yeah, that's good fun. Fairies and sparkles are the best. I helped my ex-mother-in-law make a fairy garden and it's also gorgeous. Also invested in a glow-in-the-dark elf. Yes, that's what I'm talking about. Wendy should swap her piles of doggy-doo in the garden for fairies. It'd be much more pleasant to look at. Do you know, that's something, what an unsavoury subject. Now that the snow's starting to thaw, one of the jobs that we always do is the first kind of like dry weekend we go out and pick up all the dog poop from like over the winter months. Because we don't do a lot of picking up when it's, you know, snowing and, you know, you're underwater and stuff. But it's time to do that. The garden must be absolutely ridiculous. We've got a lot of garden though, and the dogs like to poop in the wooded area, which is fine. But it gets to a point in the, like when the weather's really bad, they don't want to go too far out, so they poop on the grass. So we need to have a clean up. So Wendy, I will probably be doing that. I don't know if I'm going to replace them with fairies right enough, but I'll definitely be picking up some dog poop this weekend. Green Hat's trapped. Send help. Oh dear. Right, okay, so I've gone from 1, 2, 10, 11, 12. I've gone from 24 fine liners to 14. So that's a bit of an improvement. Okay, so I'm going to put them in there. Now, what's left here? The Permapaque. I really wanted to like this pen and I just don't, and it's just sat in there. It's supposed to be an opaque pigment marker. I find that you have to, like, you really have to layer it up. I had a white one as well. It's just, I don't know. It's just, meh. So that can go as well. This is also an emotional support pen. Again, came in one of the very first scroller boxes, and I know that some of you remember this box. So these, the hybrid dual metallic markers, these are special. Pauline would also have loved this pen because it gives you ink and it's got sparkle in it. I think there's nothing left in this, honestly. But I've had this for years and I've loved it. There was a blue one as well. I don't know what happened to it. There's still plenty of ink in it though. But you can see there it goes down purple, but it's got that blue in it as well. I don't know how much that's actually ink though, or whether it's just what's coated the, oh no, there we go. Oh. So I'm very much keeping that because it's pretty and it's my favourite. Cal still got hers. You were the person I was thinking of, Cal. I was like, I'm pretty sure Cal remembers that box. Rika's still got the purple one and the blue one. Well, I don't know. I think I've still got the blue one somewhere. I'm not sure where it is. That is the purple one. I don't know, can you get a set of these? I would completely 100% buy another set of these because they're so fun. And when I work my proper job, I like to write things down. Nearly everything I do for my actual work is digital, but for personal notes I like to write things down. And I've got a clipboard that's basically just got a lined pad on it because I like to doodle while I'm working as well. And some days when I'm feeling fancy I write in these just for funsies. Because see, if you can't make your everyday job fun, then what's the point of having all these art supplies? So yeah, are we saying that we, oh, green with red, oh, so you can buy them. Patty's got a set as well. Right, I'm writing this down, guys, because I'm a buy myself a set of these because I actually love this pen. It's so fun, so nice. I'm very strict about my pen use, though. Seeing day to day, it's the good old Bic fine biro. There's no other alternative for me. I don't like other pencils. Pencils in the brain. You can get sets. Okay, I'm definitely going to look up the sets. That's excited me a little bit. See, between that and new Polychromos pencils, like, oh, it's amazing. All this work I'm doing cleaning out is just going to be wiped out in the next hour. Hi Tammy, how are you? A local art stationery shop, okay. Right, I'll do a bit of digging. Susie bought boxes of them from a warehouse years ago. Oh my goodness. Right, so that's definitely staying as well till we find out if we can get a whole set of them. I've got a gold gel pen here, Uniball Signal. This is a staple. When I can't be arsed to getting out my metallic paint, I use that instead. Michelle thinks that Cult Pens have them open stock. Excellent, Michelle. I'll check that out again. See, when we're in the stream like this and there's a lot going on, obviously I'm kind of like doing a fair bit of multitasking. It's really helpful for me to have my wee post-it notes and write everything down. Mr. Jem, he came through the other day and he saw one of these post-it notes sitting. I could see him like squinting and I'm like, what are you looking at? And he had this really concerned look in his face and he's like, why have you written down the phrase not murder trees? I was like, well. Right, Cult Pens. So I then had to go into the explanation about what a murder tree was first of all, and then explain to him why we wanted not murder trees. He was very confused and he just kind of gave me that, right. What's the pen called, please? It is the, I do believe it's the, oh, they've got the colour names on the back of them. I did not know that. Did you guys know that? The Pentel Hybrid Dual Metallic Pens is what they are. And this one on the back here, look at it. Oh, don't know if I'll be able to show you that or not. Yeah, so it says violet plus metallic blue, so it tells you what the base colour is and then tells you what your sparkle is as well. And apparently you can buy sets of them. So we're definitely doing that. We're definitely doing that. Okay. I've got this one here as well, Decogel Star Sparks. I don't know how this ended up in here. Don't know why I've got it. This is... Oh, where did this pen come from? Yeah, this is one of the Karen pens. Oh, I'm not... See, I don't get on well with rollerball pens and gel pens. Oh, there we go. Oh, it's getting sparkly as well. Okay. I have got no idea why that's in there, and it's not something I would use. I'm going to set that to the side. It's not something... It's pretty, but... Right, okay, so here's another ridiculousness. Like, how many white gel pens does one actually need? The answer is not this many. Look, I've had these two that long that the caps have gone yellow on them. Look how yellow that is. That's ridiculous. Okay. So to be fair, I do favour the Jelly Rolls, and the Jelly Roll pen that was in the scroller box that I did last week, or was that the week before? Doesn't matter. Was a Jelly Roll 10. So this is one with like the chunkier nib, and I seem to get on a bit better with the chunkier nib. They're on Amazon UK for £10. Well, okay. You don't have to twist my arm. This is by far my favourite white gel pen to use if I have to use a white gel pen. So that's staying. These other ones though, I remember trying the Frisk one and it's actually really good, but I, again, haven't used it. Like I'll always advocate for a Uniball Signal. So this is the broad one. Again, I'm not sure if this is even still alive. Not much going on there. Let me have a little look. Oh. Hello, is anybody in? Did that deafen anybody? No. Okay, Wendy, it was lovely to see you. Thanks for stopping in. Hopefully we'll see you again soon. Oh, there is a live stream on Sunday if you're around on Sunday. It's actually grey. I like, oh, okay. I think this one might be busted. Going to the vet for annual booster, the dog, not me. I see, if you're around on Sunday, Wendy, yeah, that's busted. Okay, that's going in the bin. Done. This is the smaller one, so that was the broad tip one. I'm not convinced that this just isn't a bit unused. Susie's seen some unboxing videos. So far it's like one of two calendars. What are we talking about here? Calendars? Is this the Cult Pens calendar? a little deaf, but I've got headphones on. Sorry, Ulrika. Oh, Patty. Stop enabling. How dare you? Oh, there's so many. There's so many. Right. This doesn't seem to want to do anything. I'm just grabbing this little post-it pad again just because it's a different colour, so if I get anything through, there is nothing happening with this as well. Again, it's ancient, so it's probably just dried out past the point of... Yeah, okay. That one can go in the bin as well. Chalk jump there. Hi, other Angela, how are you? We've got two Angelas in today. I hope you're okay. Nothing happening. Now there's definitely loads of ink in this. Here we go. We're on the move. I don't know why I'm so keen on saving this. As I say, the amount of times that I use a white gel pen is fairly negligible. It is nice to have a tiny nib to just add things in though. But I think having two's plenty. Like, I think that's acceptable, shall we say. So I think they can go back in as well. That's not too crowded in there either. I should really store these gel pens the other way around, shouldn't I? That way around. Okay. I don't really want each of these sections absolutely packed tight because it makes it really difficult to sort through, you know, to find what you're looking for. I would rather they were kind of like lying about at a jaunty angle, but that makes it considerably easier to like look through and find what I'm looking for. Just back from caring for a poorly granddaughter. Oh, oh. I hope she's okay. Right, okay, we're getting there. We've only got one section to go. That was by far the most laborious section, that's for sure. This section looks mostly like accessories as well. So the pilot Enos might end up with their own quarter. Artful ruler, love the 20cm rulers. Always find the 15cm rulers are too short, and the 30cm rulers, you can't fit them in a pencil case. I love these. I've still got a little up crate one as well, which I gave to my dad. I ended up with two of the up crate ones, and my dad really loved it, so I gave one to him. But oh, let's see. Oh, there's all sorts in here as well. Ooh. I keep finding things. Oh look, more gouache. The very end of a Talon's white gouache. This is the gouache I use all the time. That's probably my logic in putting it in there. I'll be through that in like the next week. So again, that's going into the Swedish tin cup. Cal still has the copper one from one of the boxes. Yeah, that was the Derwent one. That's the one that stays in my pencil case. It's pretty grubby now, to be fair. Here's my pencil case. I know the one you're talking about, the little 15cm one. I think you're talking about this one. Yeah, that's... I got stopped at Gothenburg airport because of this. My pencil case was in my hand luggage, again flying back from Sweden visiting Julia, and they're like, what the hell is that in your pencil case? Empty your pencil case out. And I'm like, it's just a ruler. And they're like, it's copper. And I'm like, yeah, it's still a ruler, look, centimetres. And they were like, yeah, okay, on you go. So there you go. Have been stopped at security with that. She's a little better. Oh, that's good. That's the one. April still got hers as well. Yes. Yeah, so here's the op crate one. I loved it. It's really lightweight, but it's got these kind of doodly patterns on it as well. But I really like the 20cm ruler. It's just a really good size. So they're definitely staying. This comes under equipment though, so that's going in with the first section that we did, definitely. Now, what else is in here? Am I losing my marbles? That must have just not gone in. I was like, have I got two of these? No, it's the same one. I just didn't put it in the ducat. Right, that's fine. Full of all the Scottish words, ducats and Berlin and all sorts. Another pencil extender or two. Again, they can go in with the other ones. See, it's all starting to come together. No stress. No stress. Right, okay, so another Pigma Micron 10. Really? Did I pull that out of there by accident? I think I did. I think when I lifted that stuff out, I must have lifted things out of the I was about to say adjoining, no, the adjacent quadrant. So we'll just pop that back in as well. I'm pretty sure yours won't be nearly as grubby as mine, Black Rose. See, mine lives in my pencil case, so it tends to get a bit grubby. Right, what else have we got here? You'll recognise that little brush. It's my dusting brush. Okay, yeah, I feel like we're getting somewhere now. These are my my tweezers of death. These are the best craft tweezers I've ever had. They are so jaggy, it is untrue. Like, see, if you poke yourself with that, you will break the skin. They're so good though. I love these. I've got 2 sets of these, so they're definitely staying as well. See this. I'm not actually sure what it's for anymore. I'm sure you guys will be able to tell me. It's got a really like pointy point on it. I don't know whether it was for etching or lino cutting or sculpting maybe, but it's really pointy and I don't use it and I don't know why it's there. I missed a gouache. Oh, I missed a gouache. Thank you, Martine. Primary blue. In the Swedish tin cup it goes. So yeah, that's like but like there's no reason for maybe scratch art. I probably kept it in there for use with my scratchboard stuff. I'm getting on really well with using tattoo needles though, so I actually don't need this. Let's go now. I am going to start a scratchboard sheep just shortly. That's something that I've got lined up just for my personalness, not for any specific reason. Another glue stick. I know this one's working. This is the one that's it's blue to start with, so you can see we're putting it. I use this all the time. This is really old as well, but it's lasted well. I don't know what section that belongs in though. Does that belong in the tools and accessories section? Not really sure. Think about that. I've got another couple of pens here as well. Stabilo pen 68 black. I use this for writing things on envelopes and stuff. I feel like that should be round with the fine liners though, because it's ink. Does that make sense? So I'm gonna put that in there. You'd be surprised at how often I use this. Little compass. If you need perfect circles. Susie thinks it's for the leathery stamp printmaking crafts. You might be right, Susie. Yeah. Yeah, I just don't use it though. Thea's asking tattoo needles. Yeah, tattoo needles obviously are extremely fine and you get different gauges of them. You can buy them in boxes. They're really good for scratch art. So yeah, I bought like a variety pack if you like. They're much better and you seem to be getting much more precision and you can keep the pressure like super light on them. They're excellent. No, it's something you hear every day, getting on with my tattoo needles. Yeah, especially when you're not talking about tattoos. They do work really well though. That was Connor, what's his surname? He was featured in Artist and Illustrator magazine and he was featured in, I think it might have been Upcrate, and he worked exclusively on black scratchboard and it was like wildlife animal-y type stuff he did. And it was him that suggested to me trying with, because I'd emailed him saying the first time I tried scratchboards, that was me. I was like, I love this. And I was saying to him about my hand and he was like, try tattoo needles because you have to put an awful lot of pressure on them to like gouge. So the likelihood of being heavy-handed is much, much less. And it was great, yeah. Cal's got a bunch of cake tools for when I do my air dry clay, so do I. Right, so I'm going to keep the compass as well. Old Faithful, this needs the batteries changed. Electric or battery operated eraser. That's a very firm favourite and that gets used a lot. A pair of scissors, that's pretty self-explanatory. Good old IKEA. Uh, these are actually jewellery pliers. These are bead making pliers. I find them handy for a variety of things. They're just really good to have. So I would like to keep them also. I feel like all this stuff can go together though. So that, yeah, this is really like tools more than anything, than actual art supplies. I need to get these pliers to sit in, that's better. And I don't know, maybe the eraser doesn't belong in there. Maybe the eraser and the erasable pencils belong in a ducat together. That noise you heard was one of the bulls mooing. Mr. Jem has put bulls next door to each other as neighbours, and we've turned on the electric fence, so they're mooing at each other over the fence because they can't fight with each other. That's what that noise was. Yeah, right, okay, so they can have their own little ducat as well. Right, so that only leaves me with this glue pen, which I know that works. Not sure where that belongs yet. And a couple of extra special Molotov liquid chrome. This is my second one of these. It feels like moo. Yes, it's more of a groan than a moo, to be fair. It's a big manly moo. One of my favourite things ever. Don't use it that often, but these are absolutely fantastic. The liquid chrome, it's like laying down a bit of tin foil on your paper. They're so good. Great fun. I feel like that should go in with the sparkly gold fine linery section. Very technical, you know. And last but not least, I've got two Posca 1MRs, a black and a white one. Do sell these in the stash shop, guys, if you're looking for them. These are fabulous, and I much prefer these to gel pens. Much more consistency. Opacity is spot on. We need a Manly Moo sticker. I wish I could... not quite a bellow Ulrika. It's not enthusiastic enough to be a bellow. See, if I had a penny for every time you guys said we need a sticker of that, I wouldn't have to do any YouTube videos at all anymore. I could retire. Yeah, so I particularly love these. This little 1MR is that's my boy right there. That's what we want. So if anybody fancies these again, sell them in the stash shop. Super cheap, usual. Where do these go in the... I want to call this a Lazy Susan just because that's what April called it earlier. I would call it a desk tidy. Does it belong with the fine liners? It definitely doesn't belong in the graphite section. Do we put them in the tools section, or do we put them with the erasables? I think, to me, the only thing that makes sense in all of that is to put them in with the fine liners. That section's getting quite crowded though. But I've put the Molotov one in there, so I feel like the Poscas should go in there too. I don't know, has anybody got any other thoughts on that? I mean, I'm kind of open, honestly. That looks so much better though, like that makes me so happy. Something's poking through one of the holes though. Oh, there it is. It's the corner of that ruler. Fine liners, yeah, I think so. I think so. The irony of the situation is that the fullest section is the fine liners, and it's probably the thing that I use the least. But there you go. How nice is that? Oh, we've got the glue stick. I think the glue stick needs to go with the accessories and tools. I think that's fair. That's so much better. Right, okay, guys. So, just to set the scene, I want to show you what we've pulled out that doesn't belong. Like, that's a lot of stuff. That is a lot of stuff. I am beginning to think though that this craft knife, I've got one in the little pen pot on the packing station desk. I think that's something that's handy to have, and maybe that should go in with the accessories as well. Like, that's just something that's kind of good to have to hand regardless. The rest of this stuff definitely needs to go somewhere else. I feel kind of bad for the fly swatter, because although I don't need it now, when I get to like July, that's going to be a thing, and then I'm going to be like, why the hell did I take that out of there? So I don't know about that. I think we could probably find another home for it just now. But this is what I've got left to deal with. Screwdrivers. Like, how many screwdrivers does one person need? I've got... put it back in. Go on. No, because it doesn't burrow properly if it's in there. It's not going back in. What I'm going to do is I've got stuff to put in the stash shop on Sunday. So I'll probably stick a few of these bits and bobs. I mean, the likes of these pens and pencils, they're going to be like 50p. But I'll just pop them in. I've got the markers from the Scholar box to go in. And I've got a few other bits and bobs to put up. The pencils that I was talking about and the pencil sale for the polychromos, that's going to be next week. But this I'm talking about Sunday, so I'll pick out a few of these bits and bobs. I might even bundle all the graphite pencils together and just have them for like £1.50 or something. So you can keep an eye out for that on Sunday. Also, these Derwent slim erasers, they come in packs of 2. I have got like 4 spares of these, so that is unused and obviously it's still wrapped. These are great erasers. Stuff like that I'll stick in the stash shop as well. So if you're looking for wee bargains and stuff, then you can keep your eyes peeled for that. Naturally, that one I'll keep because I'll use it all the time. But there's no need for me to keep this stuff, and if it's not fit for purpose, well, it can get donated or whatever. Yeah. Martin says the fly swatter belongs in erasables. It erases the bugs. The Shakespeare Bundle 2B pencils, love it. Oh, that's funny, guys. Right, okay, I'm going to take a wee break here. Thanks for helping me sort my life out. I'm going to move this stuff out of the way, take a wee short break, just see if Pip needs out, and go and make sure these bulls are behaving themselves, go and shout at them. And when we come back, we'll nip into Small Victories for a wee while for the rest of the stream. So you now have my permission to talk about food, what you're making for dinner, what you had for lunch, what you've had for breakfast. You may commence, and I will be back with you just shortly. Food. See, the chat's gone from food to ice hockey. Love it. I've been watching quite a lot of the Winter Olympics, including ice hockey, which I enjoy watching. And it's getting quite interesting now, isn't it? It's all good. It's all good. Righty ho. So, yes, I've got Small Victories here. I shall show you what I have done. So I did this little one up in the corner. It's a little sunrise van because why not? And I've got this little excuse me, I've got this little cake van down here as well, so I've gone for more sort of delicate colours with that. Fully inspired by what I'm doing in Animal Crossing just now. There's an item. So for the uninitiated, basically in Animal Crossing, I don't really know how to describe it as a game, but you have an island and you do a lot of decorating, and there's different furniture items, and there is an ice cream case, and you can get it in this sort of like pastel blue colour, but also the pastel pink colour. Both are very cute. So that was kind of what's inspired that. So yeah, I'm really into that. So I'm only left with what looks like a sweet treats van and an ice cream van. So it's decorated with sprinkles as well, because why would you not want that in your life? So I would like to kind of get this finished if I can today. That would be nice. Oh, my battery's nearly flat in my watch. It's asked to go into battery saver mode. We'll do that. We'll get it on charge tonight. How very exciting. Cal can't watch the Winter Olympics without thinking they're basically James Bond stunt training. Yeah, watch it was just absolutely mental. Mental. Oh, Tammy, that's nice. I've hardly done anything, but I like to finish a page as I go, so... Martine's Olympic fact is that the curling stones are made from granite from Ailsa Craig. And yes, it is a rocky island. It is directly across from my hometown. It's you can go to the island, but it's protected. There's birds and things on it. You can't really set foot on it, but you can take like boat rides out round it. But yes, Ailsa Craig is. I'll have to. Do you know? I'll have to put that in a painting at some point. I think Ailsa Craig is very symbolic of where I am from. So for the unaware of the Scottish geography, Ayrshire is a county on the west side of Scotland. It's actually quite a big area. It's split into like sort of 3 smaller counties, but it sits about halfway up on the west coast, and that is where I am from originally. So it's spitting distance from Glasgow, but on the coast. It would be a lovely painting, I'm pretty sure. I mean, I kind of feel though that, see, because I'm from the area, paintings of Ailsa Craig have been done to death. Like, they really have. Everyone that's a local artist there has painted a sunset behind Ailsa Craig at some point. Maybe we'll spice it up a wee bit and maybe add a little fantasy element to it or something like that. That might be fun. But yeah, curling's huge in Scotland. Like, that is, we used to be really good at it as well, but if you look at Team GB for the curling, you will notice that most of them are Scottish. The curling is huge in Scotland. It's not the most exciting thing to watch though, honestly. The only thing that Tammy watches during the Olympics is figure skating, and you know, that's one thing I don't watch. I'm not into the figure skating. I like all the like gnarly skate, like snowboarding and all that kind of stuff. All the chat about food made Ulrika hungry. Thankfully, I baked a granny loaf yesterday. Good job. All good. Right, so let's get some stuff done here. This wee ice cream cone's speaking to me, so let's start with that. And for that, I am going to grab, first of all, the 20% French grey. So we're using the Prismacolor pencils for this. And I want to get that down. This is quite, it's got a bit of opacity to it. You know, when you go over the line work, it kind of starts to make it look kind of milky. So kind of like that. And then I'm going to grab like a beigey colour. I might actually want a wee bit of warmth in it. Oh, I was going to say there's a stray pencil, but it's the indigo blue from earlier that I was going to put away. Forgot about that. Now, where do I want to go with this? I think I'm going to get... I'm going to grab the Spanish orange. Again, we're going over the top of the grey here, so we're just thinking about that. Perfecto. Happy with that. Oh, it was a family recipe. Oh, yeah. I used to bake a lot of bread from scratch, and now I tend to stick to the bread maker. Martine has a curling injury. 14, stepped on the ice and promptly twisted my ankle. 40 years later, it's still dodgy. Oh no. Oh, no. Right, okay. My default for this is to go to pink, and I don't want to do that because we've got a pink truck here and we've got pink down here. Now, there's the sprinkle situation here, so maybe we should go for a chocolate brown colour. Who doesn't want a chocolate brown truck? I'll start with light umber. I'm going to have to roll my sleeves up for this one, goodness me. Okay, let's go in here. I'm at the point now where, you know, I said earlier I'm going for my eye test next week. I'm at the point now where I know that I need it. See, doing things like this, yeah. It's not problematic, but I know that it's not right. So I'm more or less. They did tell me last time. So my last eye test was 2 years ago. That's how often you go in Scotland, or you're supposed to go. And the young gentleman that saw me last time said that it was pretty much inevitable that I'd probably need reading glasses next time I went, because I was kind of like borderline last time, but I definitely see it, and I notice it most when I'm using my phone now. I have to like move my phone significantly further away from my face so that I can read what I'm reading. But see, when you're colouring like little things like this, speaking of which, autofocus. In fact, let's zoom you in a wee bit first, that would be better. Is that too close? Yeah, I've noticed it more recently, maybe I would say in the last 4 or 5 months, that when I'm working in small areas, I'm struggling a wee bit, so I think the specs might be beneficial at this point. But to be fair, my eyesight's been pretty good up till now, and my distance, so like my long-sightedness is really good, so that's fine. I'm okay with that. I like the idea. So I noticed someone mentioned mint green there. I think we should go mint green for the accent colour. It's also, mint choc chip is my favourite flavour of ice cream. I would like to know what everyone's favourite flavour of ice cream is, please. That's very important for me to know right now. Extreme close up. My brain's already working, thinking, right, what's the next shade of brown I'm going to use here? I don't know. I'll figure it out. Right, so for a mint green, I suppose really the closest thing we've got here would be the pale green. That's kind of a minty green. Mint choc chip is the best, although tablet ice cream's pretty good too. Yeah, okay. Rum and raisin. Thea says it depends on the day. Oh, we've got a raspberry ripple fan as well. Passion fruit. Yeah, I had some really nice gelato when I was in Malta. There was a company, you know, that had kind of set up beside the beach, and that's some of the best gelato I've tasted. I was impressed. I was so totally impressed. Right, for brown, I think we might go. Where am I going to go next? This is the question. Dark umber might be too. That's quite a cool brown. I nearly said cool grey there. I don't know where my brain's gone. Dark brown. That's a warmer brown. Yeah. Okay. We'll give this a pointy point. Dark brown. Mary likes a citrus gelato. Yes, 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 yes. Oh, look at that for a pointy point. Oh, that's a good pointy point. It won't last long with the Prismas, but here. If you ever come to visit Vienna, I'll take you out for ice cream. Black raspberry chocolate chip. Now that sounds interesting. I'd be up for that. Right, so thinking about this, I don't think I have any sort of theory or technique. I just want some bits to be darker than others. So let's just go with the flow and see what happens here. We've got lots of blendy opportunities here on account of using Prismacolors, so we shall take advantage of that as much as we can. A mint choc chip ice cream van. Love it. Is that rich enough? Maybe. I feel like under the sort of counter there, that should be dark, and we could maybe fade it out. Coffee ice cream. Oh no. Oh no. To be fair, I just don't like coffee, full stop, Tammy. That's not my thing at all. Really, I just don't like the taste of it. I don't like the smell of it either. That's not for me at all. I think that needs to be more darker. Good job. I live for coffee, smell, taste, everything. Ooh, no. It's rare someone not liking the smell of coffee. Yeah, I just, it's not for me at all. Not for me at all. I don't know whether this might sound a bit ridiculous. I don't know whether it's got anything to do with being at school, and I used to hate it when teachers leaned over you and all you could smell was their stale coffee breath. Like, it gave me the absolute vomit. It may have something to do with that. I don't know. I really, really don't like the smell of coffee. I also don't like that aftertaste it gives you. You know, again, that like coffee breath that you get, like, oh, just that. Nope, not for me. Each to their own, I suppose. Show me a cup of tea though. I'll be there. I'm doing my absolute best to avoid these sprinkles, but I have to say they're somewhat of an inconvenience here. Let's get around them. Do. I feel like we're getting there now. We're getting there. Little air conditioning unit on the back, or air conditioning unit, chilling unit on the back there. Keep the ice cream cool. It's a must. Do I make the ice cream mint choc chip? Is that a thing? It gives Patty heart palpitations of you. Oh. Crinkly and brown spilt coffee on it. Oh no! Oh, if anyone spilt anything on my book, upset. I'm sure I've told you all this already, but I used to get really annoyed at my mum when she borrowed books because she'd give it back to you like she'd dragged it through a hedge, and it used to really irritate me. And see, now that she's not here, I love looking on the bookshelf and seeing the books and going, Mum's read that. Like, it's really nice. Thanks for stopping in, Susie. It's been lovely to catch up with you, and I hope everything goes well with your teeth and whatnot, and we'll hopefully see you again soon. Little pink underhand from Susie. Bye. See, I don't think they look loved. I think they look abused. very different standpoint there. Oh, that's funny. Oh, jeez. Right, okay, I need to do the flake as well. To do the flake. I'll get some wee flicky lines in there. It's not as easy to do this with the polychromes in the brain today, with the prismas on account of them being so soft, but there we go. Right, let's grab this light green pencil and see if we can get, if I make the ice cream mint, then it's going to kind of blend in with the door. Okay, hang on. I think I'm just going to go for it. That was an excellent suggestion, whoever suggested mint green. That's made me really happy, so thank you. I can't remember who it was that suggested it. Was it Martine that suggested it? You've never read The Velveteen Rabbit? See, I want something a little bit darker here as well, but I don't know what... Because the next sort of logical step goes into turquoise. I'm thinking maybe parrot green might be good for like a shadow green. We'll try it on the door. It's a little bit too vibrant, but I think it'll probably do the job for what we need it for. Yeah, that doesn't look too out of place. We'll go with that. Okay. Quite conscious of the time here. If I don't get this last van finished, which I don't think I'm going to do, I'm going to take this away with me when I leave the cave after the stream, and I'm going to finish it tonight. And I'll post it up later on the posts tab. I still want to call it the community tab and realise that it's not called that anymore and that I need to get a grip of myself. Let's just do a really light layer, like super light, like you can hardly see it, kind of light. That'll be enough, I think. Yeah, so cave activity going forward from this point, there will be a video out on Friday. So that video was actually supposed to be out last week, but just with Jock and everything, I couldn't get it edited in time. So that video will be out on Friday, and then I'm live streaming on Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock again, and we're going to do some work in our sketchbooks. So if you're around on Sunday and you fancy chilling out, I mean it's pretty much the same format as this. It's, it's very relaxed, very informal. But if you want to come and pop in on Sunday, I'll be around from 3 till 5 on Sunday with my sketchbook. And then next week there will be a video on Wednesday as well. I'm working on the live stream schedule for March just now. I haven't got any concrete dates, but as always when I do finalise that, I'll post that on the posts page on the YouTube channel, and Thea is usually pretty good at putting them up on the Discord as well, for those of you that are on the Discord. That's something else that's on my task list for the coming weeks, is to add the link to the Discord on the end card for the YouTube videos. I feel like that's probably a good idea for people that don't necessarily watch the live streams. I know we've caught a couple of you in here who wanted to join the Discord, but I think it would be a good place to put it. So that's kind of like in the pipeline as well. And then say we've got a pencil event next week in the Stash Shop as well. So it's going to be a fairly busy week or so. And there's going to be plenty going on for you to watch and participate in and stuff. So that's pretty good. So we've got the video on Friday. I've started filming a second video, and I've got a third video in the pipeline as well. I'm hoping to get quite a lot of done filming wise at the weekend. I've got a bit of a better weekend for stuff like that this coming weekend, so that should be pretty good in between the live stream and whatnot. So I'm going to be a busy person this next week or so. I say next week it's all the excitement of opticians and hospital appointments and whatnot. Keeps me out of trouble. Is there going to be a cave anniversary? Probably not. I'm only just getting back into the swing of filming videos and stuff, So I might still buy a balloon and mark the occasion, but I'll wait and see how the dates fall as well. I think the official cave birthday, from the point of view of the first video that was published, I think it's the 12th of March is the exact date. I obviously had created the channel a little bit before that, and had it all set up, so that was January of 2018. But from the point of view of actually going live, the cave birthday is, I'm sure it's the 12th, and the cave is going to be 8 this year. 8. You've been here 8 years. It's fantastic. Very pleased with that. I actually didn't think I would still be doing it after 8 years, honestly. But here we are, and we're all happy and enjoying ourselves, so why not? So for the tyres on this one, I'm going to take that darker brown that I was using, which is unsurprisingly called dark brown. Sakena says, speaking of pencils, mine arrived in the post in Cod Shoes drama. So for the rest of you, it was Sakena that took my Albrecht Dürer watercolour pencils. He assumed they were for him. Oh, bless him. You'd miss us if you didn't do this. Do you know something? See this, you know how I took a break, like I didn't do a live stream last Wednesday? I did actually miss it, like I did. And there was a time where doing live streams used to stress me out. So there you go. You're absolutely 100% right, Jan. I would miss you all. I mean, the cave's very much, I mean, it's part of my life now, between the shop and the live streams, and, well, now thankfully back to filming videos. I wouldn't be without it now. I think part of it is, though, as well, though, I've never done it to try and earn money. That was never my intention in the first place, but it is nice that I'm at a point where the cave is self-sufficient, so it pays for itself, and sometimes I have a little bit of pocket money left over as well, which is great, because I do put a lot of hours into it. Like, I spend a lot of time working on stuff for the cave, so it's nice to get a little bit of a return. I say after 8 years, no, I'm not giving it up now. Hello Susan, how are you? And look at all the friends we've made along the way as well, is the other thing. Because there's a lot of you I know quite well now as well. And none of that would have happened, and I wouldn't have met Julia either. Because we met through both being YouTubers. That was how we became friends. So it's good. And more recently I have met one of the cavers in real life, which is a first as well, and that was a very pleasant experience indeed, and had a wonderful day. So yeah, it's definitely been a beneficial addition to my life all round. My art has improved somewhat in 8 years as well. I wouldn't say it's improved a great amount, but it's definitely improved. And I've learned so much from you guys as well. I know that works both ways. But yeah, it's been really good. Long may it continue. Just added a little bit of black in there for those tyres as well. It's a bit patchy. Come on, Jem. I'm going to take this parrot green and I'm going to use that neat. I'm going to press really, really hard for some of these areas. It's such a vibrant colour. Like, it's nice. It's a nice colour. I like it a lot. I'd invite you over for coffee, but we just established that you'd have a bad time. Yeah. Ha, that's funny. Is Discord not limited to members only now? I heard you mention it. No, it hasn't been members only for a long time. When I did away with the YouTube memberships, I did open it up. Oh, Thea's already said, okay, yes. So what Thea's saying. Okay, Tammy's saying that I've come a long way in my painting. I'll take that. I definitely have. I'm a much more confident painter. I think part of my problem was, though, that I was focusing really heavily on watercolour, and watercolour isn't my medium. I mean, I still obviously will paint in watercolour. I am a painter, I'm just not a watercolour painter. I was just using the wrong type of paint. I'm very, very happy painting in gouache. as you know, for confident painting. I mean, definitely. So yeah, I'll take that, Tammy. You're right. Thank you. I appreciate that. Right, what do I want for a third colour here? This is the question. I'm just going to go back in with this. I feel like I want a blue, like cerulean blue maybe, or electric blue. Maybe electric blue. Yep, you can either message me, you can email me, or Thea can do it for you. This is, I mean, blah, blah, blah. Discord, yes. The Discord, I feel like I should have like a standard spiel for this now. The Discord isn't huge. I think there's about 30 of us, but it's quite an active Discord. You know, there's very few of the channels that don't receive love at some point, and there's usually one of us around at some point during the day. I've been a little bit quiet the last 2 weeks, but it's just because I've had my hands full with Jock, etc. But there's always something going on, and we've got some lovely channels. We've got the It's a Pencil channel. We have off topic, but we also have one for pets and one for Lego and gaming as well. So it's not all strict arty chat. And there's always talk about the weather, but part of that is because I am obsessed with the weather. Again, our weather is so changeable, but also being farmers, like we're really into weather. It's a thing. I'm not really loving that electric blue. It's not really tickled my fancy the way I hoped it would. I think I'm actually going to use it. I don't know what's this little triangle, guys? What's that all about? I might just pop that in for... I forgot that my electric blue pencil's a bit wonky. I think it's been a quality control issue because it seems to be... It doesn't have a lot of pigment laid down in it. I think the wax quantities are too high for pigment. I keep meaning to replace it and I've just never got round to it, honestly. You don't have a link for your Discord account? Not handy. It's mostly crops, Green Hat. We do have cows as well though. Okay, so sprinkles. Oh, this is going to be fun and games. Let's get some yellow sprinkles in. Or yellowy orange-y sprinkles. Again, very technical. I want a bright blue, but it's not that one. Let's go for... This is a cerulean blue. Yes, that's the blue I want. I feel like I'll put a little bit in there. I'm also going to tart up the wheel trims with that as well. See, that electric blue just wasn't cutting it. I really need to replace that pencil. It's been like that since I bought the set as well, and I've never done anything with it. The British stereotype is there for a reason. Oh, a light. How are we coping with all this rain? Not great. A lot of our crops are underwater, but we have a very different system to what you see on Clarkson's farm. The weather and the soil type and everything's so different up here than it is to that far south. So we're not concerned because a lot of our crops haven't emerged yet. So when they're in under the soil, they're much more protected from things like that. If they've started to poke through and then you get a lot of water, obviously the plant that's poking up through absorbs that water and you end up with a failed crop. And not to say that we won't have a failed crop, but it's just slightly different. We're much later up here just because of the weather, so we're not in trouble yet. Mr. Jem isn't panicking. There is a possibility that we might lose sections of, because I mean a lot of our fields, there are parts of them that are underwater right now because it has rained constantly for nearly 6 weeks or snowed or whatever. We've had a couple of dry days in a row now, which is really nice, so we're mildly optimistic, but there is a chance that our crop yield will not be what it could be because of the weather, but that's happened a couple of times and we try not to panic. We've got quite a diverse set of crops and we've got some quite diverse land. We've got a lot of sort of hillier parts as well as like lower lowland flat parts as well, so some fields are more affected than others, if you see what I'm saying. I should have planted rice, yeah. Honestly, that sounds silly, but it's not far off the mark at this point. I guess it's a cone holder. That's what it is. It's a cone holder. Just as well I painted it yellow then. Okie dokie. I think I'm going to call that one there. That looks kind of cute, doesn't it? That's basically my only aim at this point in this page, is to make them all look cute. I think I've done an okay job. It's nearly 5:2. I don't really want to start this last one now. I think I might pick a base colour though and go with that. And I think it needs to be red because I don't have any red here. So I'm going to grab the Scarlet Lake and I'm going to use that for the door. Yeah, this is more like a van than a pickup truck. These ones, obviously. This is definitely a van. It's giving big boxy van vibes at the front of it. Get a nice red colour going. The red pencils in the Prismacolor set are outstanding. They really are. I think I'll make this top part red as well. In a way, like I really like this book because I feel like a lot of the colouring that I do is very sort of intense and in-depth, and you know, we do some quite complicated pages like Kirby Rosanis and all the rest of it, and it's kind of nice to have something simple that I don't feel like I have to put like tons and tons of effort into, but by the same token I don't get the same satisfaction out of pages like this that I get from doing the more complicated or bigger pages. It is nice just to have something to sort of doodle away at, but I don't really feel like I'm using my colouring skills to their full capabilities here, and I think that's maybe where some of the, I was going to say dissatisfaction, it's not dissatisfaction, maybe the lack of satisfaction, I think that maybe contributes to it a little bit. Because I feel I can do so much more, but the spaces are so tight as well. There's only so much room that you've got, and that's quite a big factor if you're wanting to do things really, you know, like very detailed work. You're either, well, maybe it'll change when I get some glasses, but you're either in with a magnifying glass or you forfeit. Because again, if you work in tiny areas and try to put a lot of detail in, it tends to get lost anyway, so yeah. Is the one with the octopus bedtime? Oh yeah! It's not a trick of the light, I missed it. That should have been coloured in. I don't even know what colour I used there. I think it was a dark blue, wasn't it? Was it not the indigo? That was a good spot. Well done. At least someone's paying attention. I'll just pop that in below here. How did I not notice that before? Was that not... Did I not finish this one up at the end of the last stream? I was maybe just hurrying. And that was why I missed it. There you go. That's better. Thank you. Right, let's get some more colours. This is the only thing I don't like about Prismacolor. I spend so much time sharpening. A spare tyre was used. You've not dared to colour any Kirby books yet. I have a few and they're scary. I have got loads and loads and loads of colour along videos for Kirby stuff. Okay, there we go. So Thea's popped up the admin email address for the cave. If you want to join the Discord, she'll sort you out. This red's so nice. Almost matches the colour of my jumper today. Almost. Pop this down here as well. I have to say, just going back to Sakena's comment there, colouring in Kirby Rosanna's books is probably one of my favourite things to colour, to be honest. I love the variety and I love the intricacy of it. I do have to be in the right frame of mind though, because if I'm not, you look at it and you think, good lord, that's a lot. And you're like, huh. But yeah, I love his artwork as well. Like it's absolutely top tier. And I think that's part of it for me, that love of the artwork, and I feel like his artwork stands on its own. Like, even if you never coloured any of it, his books are just stunning to flick through, and I find that very appealing. I'm really into that. That's kind of why I like the Ink House as well. You know, I'm in and out that all the time as well. Like that, I mean, that was an accidental colouring book, and I think that's why I enjoy colouring. I enjoy colouring in that so much. But I did mention it in the last Ink House video that I did. Even if you only add a tiny like of colour to it, you're basically just enhancing what's already there because the images stand on their own. And I feel like Kirby, when he's doing his colouring books, I feel like he designs each page as if he was doing a finished artwork, rather than creating line work for other people to colour. And I feel that way about quite a few colouring books actually, and it seems to be the ones I gravitate towards. So take from that what you will, or read into that how you would like to, but I do notice it's a recurring theme for me. Tim Jeff's work, that's another really good example. You look at his colouring images and they're basically his artwork. And I loved it. I haven't coloured any Tim Jeffs for a long time. Maybe we need to do that at some point. That would be good for a live stream because most of his work's grayscale as well. You know, we could maybe do one in one sitting. I haven't visited Tim Jeffs now, and Tim is such a nice person as well. I've had a few interactions with him, and he's just absolutely lovely. He did the an intro for Cave Miss one year. It was a few years ago now. He's just lovely. He's such a nice guy. Okay, right, I'm going to stop there. So I've got my little red van started. I feel like this might be like a Coca-Cola or like fizzy drink bottom. I don't know. I'll have a little think about that. Yeah, I'm going to finish this off later on. I've got a little bit of time to myself later on tonight. So I will finish this and I will post this up on Instagram and on the posts page on YouTube so that you can all see what I've got. This one's definitely my favourite, like without shadow of a doubt. But anyway, that's beside the point. Dare, Cal, dare, do it. Just do it. My goodness, just do it. Thea will have to post a picture of her bracelet in Discord. It spells dare to be remarkable. Cal's got a lot of this is Kirby Rosanna's. I've got a lot of his earlier ones, but not sure. After about Fragile World. I have got a Kirby book that I haven't coloured in at all. The space one isn't quite my cup of tea. Well, that's the thing. I mean, there's books of Kirby's that I don't have. Maybe I just need to get over myself and colour along to one. Well, that's kind of like the safe option. And that's kind of why I suggested it. Like, see if you're really, really unsure. Have a look, go back and have a look through the videos, and maybe find a page that you're that I've done that you're maybe not so keen on, so you wouldn't be as fussed about what colours to use, but just use that as a starting point. And obviously you can colour along with what I've done. That might help to build your confidence a wee bit. And then once you feel like you found your feet, then you can pick a page that you're really into and go for it yourself. I keep saying this, I bumped into a lady in an art gallery the other weekend there, and we were just talking about that sort of inner critic and the motivation to paint because of that inner critic. And I said what I've said for a long time, the bottom line is keep creating art. No one has to see it if you don't want them to see it. You can put it in the bin if you hate it that much, although I advise against that. But also no one's going to die. So just do it. And if it doesn't work out, well, it doesn't work out. You'll probably learn something along the way, either about your preferences or about your techniques, likes or dislikes, you know, all that kind of stuff. So it's just go for it. Just do it. It's fine. Jan has a necklace that says not all who wander are lost. Dark Fairy Tales. That's the one I've got, Tammy, that I haven't coloured in. It is one of my favourite books to look at, though, for sure. I'll tackle that at some point. I feel like I've done a lot of Kirby videos on the channel, though, so that might be one I just do in my own time when I've got a little bit of time to myself, which has been most precious and few and far between. Anyway, right, that's it for today, guys. I want to thank you very much for coming and joining me, hanging out. Thanks for your input as well. I really like my little ice cream truck. That's one of my favourites. As I said, there will be a video on Friday, and there will be a Sketchy Sunday live stream this coming Sunday, so we will be in our sketchbooks. I would like to thank you also for your assistance with my desk tidy, which now thankfully looks tidy. So, thank you to everyone. Other hands to you all, and I will see you back in the cave really soon, either in the comments under Friday's video or maybe on Sunday if some of you are free as well. It's lovely to hang out with you and see the likes of Green Hat and Susie and so on that don't always necessarily have time to be in the stream, so it's lovely that you've dedicated that time to be here today. So we'll see you all soon. Take it easy, everyone. Bye!